Hello! We're going to try another different little adventure today. It's going to be experimenting and hopefully completing a project that I've wanted to do for years, and that is making a beaver cape. I was able to acquire 3 good-sized large beaver hides last year, and that's going to allow me to prepare a beaver cape, hopefully, and make it so that I can enjoy it during the winter, and also for educational living history days and things that I go to also. I have prepared hides before for sewing things and making things out of. I know that procedure. No idea how to make a beaver cape. Absolutely. I'm not a seamstress. I have no sewing talents at all. But this is something that I have wanted to do for a long time, and now I have the hides to do it. We're going to jump in. So, jump in with me, and we'll see how this is going to come out. I will do the procedure step by step, as basically I have to sew all the holes together in the legs. I have to then soak the hide part until it's pliable so that I can stretch it on some plywood and tack it down and let it stretch out and dry. So I'll have about 20% more hide to work with. Those things I know how to do. The rest, have no clue. So we'll just see as I progress through this. I'll do stage by stage videoing of it. You're not going to want to watch me sew all the holes and do all that stuff. So I'll show you what I mean, and we'll just sort of go from there and see how it comes out, because your guess is as good as mine at this moment, and we'll have a fun time together to learn how to make a beaver cape for the first time. So enjoy, and we'll see what the outcome is going to be. Thanks for being with me, and we'll have this time of another first, which I kind of think about. I have a first of ever doing YouTube videos, a first of e-bike riding in the winter, a first e-bike riding ever with mules that are loose running in the woods with me, and now a first making a beaver cape. So it seems like this whole first part of the year has been a bunch of firsts that I'm doing, which is sort of fun. I'm a person who enjoys variety, so here's another piece of variety. Enjoy. We'll let you know as it comes out. Alright, here are the 3 hides that I've chosen out of the 4 to go ahead and sew and get them ready to go. They're different sizes, as you can see, but by the time I get finished stretching them, they're not going to be different that much. First is going to be flipping them all over, and you can see these holes here. That's going to be my next stage. Sewing each one of these up, and we'll go from there. See how this is going to turn out. Alright, what you're seeing here are the tools that I'll be doing the project with for the beaver hide poncho. After, of course, is the first part. Like I was saying, we're going to have to sew up the holes. So I use artificial sinew, which is there. This is the artificial sinew. I go ahead and strip it out and make small pieces of thread out of it. This is a Glover's needle, and then I have a thing that goes over my hand, so when I get to some of the places that are really tough and you can't get the needle to go through, I use this to push it through, so it pushes the needle into the fur, into the hide, because sometimes it's really hard and sometimes you can't get it through, so then I'll use these needle nose pliers and pull the needle through it. So that's what the beginning of the process will be. We'll be using these guys to sew up the holes. Then I'll take it up and put them up on a counter and take this and dampen it, and then wipe them all down and get them really damp. And you can use a spray bottle as well, but you'll dampen them about this way. I dampen them once and then let them set for about 15 minutes and then dampen them again and let them set a little bit, and then go ahead and then I will use the stretching parts, and these are the two different, have either a hand pressed stapler or a regular stapler that's powered, and a hammer if I need to do some little pounding to get them down a little bit closer to the hides. Then when it comes to taking them off, I don't have a special staple puller. I just use a small screwdriver and the pliers. So that's the tools that I use for this project for the beaver hides. This is the piece of plywood that I have in my den. So off to sewing. Alright, now all of these 3 hides have had all the holes, the leg holes and everything. I've stitched them all up. Now 2 of the hides, this one and this one, the holes were pretty well in the normal places. The leg holes, the ear holes, the eye holes and things like that. This one here had a whole lot of holes up around the neck and more around the legs than normal. So this is not going to be a prime hide that I'm going to use first. I'm going to see if I can put these 2 together after stretching and making these into the poncho itself. Here is a hide here that the holes are not filled in, and you can see the hairs up through them. And so this is the kind of thing I was dealing with the other ones, because if you don't do that, if you don't sew these together and you go ahead and stretch them, you're going to just have giant holes. And so by sewing them together like this, you're going to stretch, and when it gets together, it'll be one piece of hide instead of holes everywhere. Now the next thing, you can see how bunchy these are, and that's because they're not stretched. And if you try to make some kind of a garment out of this, it doesn't come out at all. It's going to continue to stretch and continue to be off-sized and everything. That's why you need to dampen them and then stretch them and dry them, and you get your proportions that way, and they're not going to be stretching back and forth. Okay, here's the first hide that I'm working on. It's starting to get pliable already. I have a spray bottle that I have been working with this, spraying everything. If you have a really good spray bottle, that'll help tremendously. Just go ahead and spray the area. And as you're working with it, then you can go ahead and work I usually use both hands holding it, but I'm holding the camera, so I can't do that right now. But you work in the moisture into this, and you keep it up until you see there is no light spots left on the hide, and then we'll fold it up and let it set. But this is what I'm going to be doing with every single one of them now. So when I get to the point that I've got them all pretty well done, we'll get back with you, and then we'll let them set for like 15 minutes, and we'll go through the process one more time. Okay, here is the first hide that I've done, and if you can tell the difference, this is the hide that has not been treated. This is the one that hasn't been sewn at all. Nothing's been done to it. This one has been soaked and set for 15 minutes. And I'm actually going to spray it a little bit more and just use my hands so that it'll continue to absorb a little bit before I put it in and hold it, roll it up again while I'm ready to soak the other ones again. So I'm just making sure that everything is good and wet, damp. And then so I like to use my fingers and get in places that might not have gotten it, and you can't see it when you got something in your hand, but you can see it when you don't. So I'll be doing this with all of them, just making sure that all the water has gotten into them and they're setting good. And then I'll start the stretching after another few minutes after I get the other guys. Okay. All right, one's finished and getting ready to stretch. Now I'll go ahead and wash or soak up the other ones now and get them ready to go too. All right, now this one's ready. So we have 3 of them. You fold them into themselves. And we let them sit for 15 minutes. And after they're done sitting, you go ahead and spray them and get them all done again. So we'll have all of these guys now sitting for 15 minutes, soaking up everything, making sure their hides are hides together. Let them soak it in, and then whatever's missing, when we find out that when we open them up and there might be some dry spots, then we'll go ahead and spray and do it again. Then after that, fold them back up, take one at a time, unfold it, and start stretching them. Got the beaver now laid out, and I'm going to start right at his head and do the first staple. And I'll pull it because that's center. Look at how he's stretching. Hope you can see that. He's stretching like straight down here. Okay. Then you start going from corner to corner, stretching out. one didn't hold over there, so we'll go back and do it again. Pull it out, stick it there. Okay, we got the top part done. Now we'll stretch out the bottom. So, I will continue to move and stretch this hide as I'm going. And when I get done, you'll see how much bigger it became. Okay, what you see here is 3 stretched on the bottom and 1 not stretched, nothing. Look at all the wrinkles in it. Look at all that stuff that's there that would have really made the garments awful. That's how much more material you get by dampening these, letting them set, and going ahead and stretching them. Again, if I would have not sewn the holes, the leg holes, there would have been giant holes here, because this, like this, is right here. It has huge holes in it. That would have just pulled it in two. So when you do the leg holes, it really gives you your full hide. Next, we'll be going ahead and letting them dry, and when they're dry, start trying to put together a poncho out of this. I'm so excited about doing this too. Been wanting this for a long time. Stay tuned for what will be coming.